Well, we've got a brother and now a sister. They're twins. Why do I call this one the sister? Because it almost looks pink. Anyways, so why another Summit? Not because the other one I couldn't fix. It's because I needed a flywheel, and the price of buying a brand new flywheel was more expensive than buying a whole car. So I decided to go and look at my local paper and find another Eagle Summit for sale. So I found this one. The guy wanted $400. I talked him down to $230. Don't ask me why 30, but anyways. So now this thing was dropped off last night. It was too dark to make a video. But what's wrong with it? It's got a bad cylinder. I'll show you what I mean. You can definitely hear it, eh? Sucking my hand back in almost. So here's the Itchy Poochie 1.8 liter 4G93. The bad cylinder's on cylinder number 2. That's the second cylinder from the timing belt. And apparently it has lower compression, so I think that's caused by a head gasket. Mainly I need this car for the flywheel, so I don't really care what's wrong with the engine. I'm just curious anyway, so I might pull the head off this thing anyways, just because I got nothing but time. Maybe I can get this thing running with just a $30 head gasket. Who knows? So now is my big decision to make. Before I start tearing the cars down, I have to have a prediction of which car I want to put on the road. They're both very similar. One's got a different interior. They're obviously a different color. One has lots of newer parts. They're a year apart. That one's a 93, this one's a 94. This one has a little more rust than the other one, as that's the most common place for the rust, and this one has less, which means the body's actually better on that one. But this one has an airbag. I don't know if I want that. I think I might go with that car. I'm leaning towards that one. I don't exactly want to be driving a pink car around. See, this one's got fuzzy seats. Nice and fuzzy. I like these ones better. I don't know, they look older. And this one's got these patternized ones. They're not fuzzy, but they're still comfortable. These are probably one of the crappier cars out there that Mitsubishi made, because these cars both actually have 170,000 kilometers on them. This one is 171, I think, and that one is 168, I believe. They're very close, and they both have issues with the motor. That's not very good. I think a Sunfire would go longer without problems. Mind you, their head gaskets go too. Leave a comment. What's your favorite car? Let's go move this piece of crap. You guys all know what this means once I pull the car up to the garage. I think it's time for mass disassembly. That sounds like shit. It's almost stalling. Back up more. Lauren. It's barely running. Rev it up. There. Okay, let's get to work. It's now a few days later, and we've done a bit of work. As you can see, we've now got the head off. It's now sitting down here. We've looked, cleaned everything off. This part's all nice and flat. This part doesn't usually warp because it's kind of a harder metal. Come down to the head, and there's no cracks. Now cylinder number 2 is the one that had lower compression, and this is the one that brings most attention to me, as most of the valves are cleaner than this one, as both intake and exhaust valves are black on this one, as that one's not. Spark plugs look fine, so you know, well, it's a little more black, and there's a little bit more ash deposits than those ones. But in terms of cracks or warpage, we've checked. We've used the level and light technique. You know, when you put the level down here, shine a light back at you and look for the light underneath the cracks. It seemed to be very minor, so you know, like I was saying, this car was mostly just for parts, so I'm just gonna go and pick up a gasket, throw it back together. If life is good, then awesome, I'll fix this car, but if not, then oh well. I did do some research on the price of the head gasket, and it was $87. So much for a $30 fix. So I'm hoping I'll get lucky. God only knows. I gotta wait till the gasket comes in. It was supposed to come in today. Oh well. Safety wise, the body on this car won't really pass. There's a couple minor holes here, so we actually have some metal tape that we put over it just to pass the safety. And also the back door over here, we have it, well, partially removed right now, because that is not gonna pass. So we've got the door off the other one that I'm gonna use. See, that's way better there. Just to pass the safety, then I'm gonna switch them back. So I don't want a blue door and blue interior on a gray interior car. That won't be good. Even though this is my third head gasket job I've done, this is a little different than the other ones I've done. This is overhead cam engine, and it has the timing belt running up to the cam pulley, which turns the crankshaft or the camshaft, which is that pulley on the head. I've changed my other 2 head gaskets were on Sunfires, and those, I guess you want to call them, I don't know, underhead cam. Anyways, that didn't have a timing belt that I had to take off because the timing chain was actually just down on the block, which made it a lot easier to take the head off, and I actually prefer doing those ones. So now I have to learn how to do the timing because I've never done that before. So it may look like a train wreck right now, but in a few short days this will be a nice looking car. It should run well, and I should be able to take it in for a safety. Let's hope. Cross our fingers. The summit continues next time.